Welcome to the Commercial Aquaponics 2016 course run by Bristol Fish Project here in Bristol in the UK. Aquaponics is the cultivation of fish and plants together in a constructed recirculating ecosystem, utilising natural bacterial cycles to convert fish waste to plant nutrients. This is an environmentally friendly, natural food growing method that harnesses the best attributes of aquaculture and hydroponics without the need to discard any water or filtrate or add chemical fertilizers. The rice paddy may well be the oldest form of aquaponics practiced by humans. During the monsoon, when the rice paddies flood, fish from the rivers swim down into the paddies and their wastes help the rice to grow. Then the fish are taken from the system by humans. A huge amount of symbiotic relationships are going on within the rice paddies for this to happen. Put very simply, the fish waste, mostly ammonia, interacts with bacteria who transform it from nitrite to nitrate, which the plants can absorb through their roots to help them grow. They in turn clean the water for the fish, making the living environment viable for everybody. Modern aquaponics involves trying to recreate that symbiotic relationship between organisms in a constructed environment in order to farm for fish and plants. And this has been going on since the 70s, with frontrunners such as the New Alchemy Institute in America testing out pond systems with plants, and even fully closed systems adopting Buckminster Fuller's geodesic domes. In the UK, in the past few years, many projects have arisen. Perhaps one of the first was Moffat Can, where Aquaponics UK, working out of the University of Stirling, built a centre for aquaponics inside a larger recycling facility. Just around the corner from us, in Somerset, Antonio produces trout and salads in his facility, perhaps the first really viable outdoor system in the UK. In London, Grow Up Urban Farms raised £16,000 through their Kickstarter to build a lorry body with a glass house above. Now, 3 years later, they have the first commercial scale warehouse producing aquaponically in London. And several professional networks have also developed. For example, the European Cost Action, hoping to improve commercialisation of aquaponics through training, or the British Aquaponics Association that hopes to bring together resources and host events for people that are interested in commercial aquaponics. And of course we have our very own Bristol Fish Project, one of the oldest aquaponics projects in the UK, founded in 2011 in response to urban metabolic losses and hoping to create a circular economy through the intervention of aquaponics, and hoping to build community through local scale agriculture in urban areas. We also work closely with ideas of well-being and nutritional food, especially in food deserts, and our projects have tended to be placed in food deserts around Bristol. Our first pilot, a 5,000 litre system based in a polytunnel, was on a car park of a derelict college. Aquaponics had never been undertaken in a temperate climate with any great level of success, and before commercialisation, we decided we would benefit from running several pilots, seeing how aquaponics could be applied in a system where the weather is changeable and the temperature varies so much throughout the year. We went on to set up a grow tent unit in Chippenham to show how modern hydroponic technologies could be applied directly to aquaponics, working with koi carp and an array of plants. Our third demonstration unit was in the Phoenix Cafe in the city centre of Bristol, where we wanted to show how aquaponics could be adapted to a cafe environment. Now, as we develop our flagship warehouse-based project in Bristol, we're working with 10 by 18 metres of warehouse spacing, plenty of potential for mezzanines and vertical growing, and a beautiful garden with cherry trees and apple trees and bordered by a river in terrible derelict condition. The Introduction to Commercial Aquaponics course has now run for 3 years. However, this is the first year that we'll be able to allow students to actually work on the job of building a commercial aquaponics facility themselves, and to see the challenges and interactions that we have to face as a result of this flagship project. We're very lucky to have some excellent sponsors. Bristol City Council, Bristol 2015, the Department of Energy and Climate Change, and Bristol European Green Capital enabled us to gain a strategic grant for the flagship warehouse. Senai Sensor Systems has sponsored us with materials, along with Greens Horticulture in St Phillips, who've been supporting us with hydroponic equipment from the very beginning, and Fish Plant, who would give us equipment for teaching this very course. Plus, Dentala allows us to use their office spaces, and Virtually.video supports us by helping us to blog the growing warehouse. So to our course. We work with as many industry professionals as we can muster up. The course is of the highest quality and provides a great framework for somebody wanting to set up a system of their own or to train in the basics to run a system for somebody else. The first session of 12 focuses on introducing system setups and variations. We look at a multitude of hydroponic systems and different configurations for aquaculture systems, and also the interplay between the two. The second session focuses on fish selection, hatchery and broodstock management, and stories from around the world, with an excellent talk from Eric Roderick of FishGen and presentations from the British Aquaponics Association. Our third session moves over to the plant selection and hydroponic component, bacteria, nitrogen cycles, and pH and nutrients. The fourth session looks at feed options. What components can feed be manufactured from? How can feed be made on site? What are the nutrient needs of the fish and the plants, and can these be achieved through a feedstock? Our fifth session focuses on policy and compliance in aquaculture and in food production, with a workshop from CFAS and the Fish Health Inspectorate, and looking at examples from licensing a kitchen to health and safety. And there'll also be an opportunity to attend a discount basic first aid training course with a special focus on working with electricity and water. Our sixth session on biosecurity and disease control is also given to us through CFAS. We look at elements of biosecurity both from hydroponics and aquaponics perspective. The seventh session is run with Kate Hoffman from Grow Up Urban Farms in London, talking about their successful Kickstarter and Innovate funded projects. And we also look at our own experience of working with different funding streams. The eighth session looks at brand marketing and the needs of distribution with help from Somerset Local Food Direct, a local food hub. We look at how you can get products into local distribution networks, and a local fishmonger tells us more about what he expects from quality and how he looks at distribution. The ninth session focuses on how we power the system and looks at opportunities for community energy and renewables, as well as trying out building solar panels for ourselves. The 10th workshop focuses on access to land and facilities. The Community Land and Advisory Group runs a 2-hour site surgery where you can discuss your site-specific problems. The 11th session involves finding out how to exert true product value through a full system valorization, which means looking at all the different products and waste streams from your facility and looking at how those in turn can be turned into food for other processes. Finally, our 12th session is celebratory. We learn about humane fish killing and fish processing and finish the evening with a dinner with a fish filleting class run by Dan Stone of the Fish Shop. We also have a few practical sessions. The costs of these are separate from the course but tend not to be very much. We visit a commercial aquaculture facility. Traditionally we go to an Arctic char farm in Dorset. We visit commercial hydroponics facilities, and then we try to look at places already doing aquaponics, including Grow Up Urban Farms in London, our very own Grow Bristol Urban Farms, and Bio Aqua Farm. Regarding pricing, we try to charge around £400 for the 12 weeks or £40 per unit, but do our very best to make sure it's not exclusive. Our view has always been that we should pay the experts that we work for their time and their intellectual property and experience and the stories they convey. This project is not profit-making, so we run the courses as close to cost as possible. However, if you find that you can't afford the full course price, we can always think about some kind of value exchange, so please get in touch to discuss options. You can find out more about this course and other courses by going to www.bristolfish.org/courses, or you can email us info@bristolfish.org. Thanks for watching.